Hey guys, so we got an image from Eye of She again. She sent me this ages ago, but I just found it in the photos, so we're going to do another tutorial on her. So she has a pretty vibrant feel to her images, lots of color, pretty much just matching the colors of the landscape and bringing them out. So yeah, we're working with the image quite a wee way down. We won't find it, but just looking at her work, we are gonna keep it pretty natural and just bring out some colors, add a good fade to those blacks. Those blacks have a fade, not the shadows, so that it's going to be quite a deep fade in those blacks, and then those whites stay pretty bright, so not too much of a MAC look going on, but we'll bring down those whites and highlights that give off a little bit of a MAC look. And yeah, all her stuff's linked down below, guys. Go give her a follow. She sells her presets as well, so I'll link up to those. Yeah, definitely go check those out. And yeah, let her know you found her through this tutorial, and we will jump into this one. Let's get into this tutorial. I'll just flip open the settings. So 14mm, really wide, 2.8. It's probably the lowest aperture, shutter speed 200, ISO 125. So not too much going on up there. As you can see, we need to up some exposure. We'll bring down the highlights. It's going to give us so much detail in the brighter areas. Bring that right down. We're going to do that with the whites as well. Right, just roughly do it. So what I've been using is this toolbox here, guys. So they haven't paid me, but I've been testing it out. So I've programmed these little buttons to go, say, split toning, curves, and then back up to the top. So makes, at the moment, my navigation much better, and then I don't have to come across, drag down. So yeah, I don't know, I'm going to be testing it out over the last wee while. Right, so I'm going to show you the curves. Obviously really important, let's turn them on. I'll just tell you what they're doing. So we've got just a very simple curve here, and that's just containing those midtones a bit, pretty straight to be honest, and then there's just a little lift to the blacks there. Slight fade to those shadows, and then we're obviously not doing a fade to those highlights. She has a very bright, vibrant look, so we are going to be keeping that up. And then as for the color channels, they are practically the same. There's not too much going on in terms of color at all. There's maybe a touch more greens in the midtones and a touch more warmth in the midtones. Otherwise, they're basically the same, so it's pretty much just adding in contrast, brightening a lot of the midtones and highlights. That's kind of why we had to bring down the highlights and whites up here so much, because this is brightening that area quite a bit, and then we do get quite a bit of contrast with the dropping of the blacks so much. So yeah, that's when we faded them a bit there, and that way you get faded blacks and dark blacks at the same time, which can look really nice. Let's carry on, bring down exposure, and then up the shadows so we get all this detail back. The whites up a bit. Just drop the blacks, more contrast in the darker areas. Okay, color, let's take the pop out a bit. But we obviously need to do saturation and stuff here, like let's bring out those blues, take down maybe greens, take down those greens a bit, and then obviously we're going to have to warm up the greens. We will do split toning before we do all the HSL, because obviously split toning affects your HSL. HSL is probably your fine tuning bit. So let's come into shadows, and what we will do is add in, so what we've already got is a little bit of warmth here, and what we'll do is just go with 5 saturation of a nice orange. It's going to warm it up. Okay, so over to the highlights here, we are going to go with a good blue. We're going to add in, let's go 14, and it's going to bring back so much blues, and then keeping those really warm tones in the blacks. I think that looks good. We are about ready to fine tune stuff. I think our white balance and stuff is pretty good. One thing I might do, I should have probably done profile corrections earlier, so it really brightens everything. Just do that as well, and then I'll add I'll add a vignette to really since our subject is so in the middle, midpoint, just bring that in and then feather it out, and then let's not add anything to those highlights. Okay, round this, good. We won't worry about grain. I'm trying to get out of the habit of scrolling up. Right down here at the bottom, if I can get in the habit of pressing this arrow, it's really good. Gets me straight back up top. I sometimes forget. So back up top, we'll just drop the contrast a bit. We're gonna do some work. We'll fine tune everything in HSL, so yeah. We need to ramp saturation of those greens probably. The yellows. Down. And also what this thing has, you get this. So as you can see, it's set to exposure, highlights hue, and then the tint shadow, which is the calibration down the bottom, and the highlights on the left, which is actually highlights for split toning, I'm pretty sure. And then this appears everywhere on every editing application. Let's fine tune stuff. Okay, so we are gonna orange up our reds. So her jacket, we want more oranges in that. Just looking at hers and then just changing it to match. And then the yellows, let's bring back some of those nice tones. By going to the greens, there. Aquas, just her legs there pretty much. We'll just go with that. Blues. Some more teals. Not a lot of purples. Right, saturation, bring back some of those oranges. Yellows up. Bringing out those greens, a lot of greens. Have yellows. 38. Just looking at hers, trying to match it up. I quite often bring down purple and magenta quite a bit because you just don't know. Sometimes they're crazy, so you just want them out sometimes. You want just a little, yeah, they're pretty much gone up there. Right, let's go, just bring out these greens. So as you can see, hers pops a lot. Let's go bang. It kind of makes them look more desaturated too. And it's up the yellows, get a bit of a pop. Reds, deepen her jacket possibly. There's probably more blues up there. Might try to shift the purple to more of a... No, it's not doing a lot. Okay, so up here I think we're just too bright. Like, let's try the highlights just a little bit. We were about good before. Okay, so coming down, let's try sharpening and stuff. So just a little bit, and then noise reduction, get that smooth look. Let's just go with a little bit. And yeah, we're about done, guys. Now, what I haven't showed you is all the brushing and stuff. So I'll show you and explain it now. Like this guy here, for example, if I delete this, you lose a lot of that contrast and stuff. So this is just like adding contrast, obviously adding in a bit of warmth. It could do with some more purples or blues in there, so could drop the warmth back a bit and less of a purple. It might be closer, and then yeah, so we just played with the clarity, making stuff pop, saturation, bringing out those colors, and then we've got a big, we want to improve the light coming from the left. So if I delete this, that's what it looks like. That's the source of light, just bringing it out more. And then brush in the middle. So that's just, if I press O, it's just affecting waterfall, bringing it out a bit more. Maybe don't need it, but we'll keep it there. And then, what have we got over here? Yeah, just brushed a bit in the sky. I actually haven't used that at all, that one, I don't think. No, yeah, just adding in contrast. Bit of saturation. But yeah, we're about done. Yeah, I'll just leave it there, guys. Okay, so here's before and after, and obviously we straightened the horizon and cropped in a lot as well. But here's before, and after, and obviously we straightened the horizon and cropped in a lot as well. But here's before, and after, and obviously we straightened the horizon and cropped in a lot as well. But here's before, and after, and obviously we straightened the horizon and cropped in a lot as well. after. So the reason it was dark was because she was probably exposing for the highlights, or that's probably what it looked true to the eye. So yeah, I think we'll just leave it there, guys. Alright, that wraps up that tutorial, guys. Go give her a follow down in the description. Comment people you want to see on this channel, and yeah, check out the course I'm building at the moment if you haven't already. There's a free training for you guys, building the ultimate editing course for color and contrast. So we're not talking about how to Photoshop a sky in and stuff like that, how to create color and contrast. So if you like these tutorials, you'll really like what's happening in the course. Pretty much creating what I wish I had when I started. So like resources like raw images, start to finish tutorials, preset, raw image tutorial, lots of different styles. So you really learn what's happening in Lightroom, and you're not just guessing. And you start with the raw image and you finish with the raw image with all the settings applied, and you follow the tutorial. There's no gaps, start to finish, just what I wish I had when I started. So that's why I decided to build this, getting tons of awesome guest editor guys. And yeah, I'm going to teach you guys in depth how I know what to change, and after I teach you guys as much as I can teach you, you can then go and learn from these guest editors. So tons of positive feedback so far. If you're interested, guys, there's a free training down below. Yeah, comment people you want to see on this channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. And follow me on Instagram, guys. I'm going to be more active over there. So yeah, catch you in the next one.